What are you thinking about? Snoopy Baxter. You don't have to come up here. You don't have to come up. Okay, get down. I love you. I love you. You think you're a cat. I know you think you're a cat. Look at your hair is always messy. But I love you. My hair is always messy too. You my girl? You're not a girl, you're a boy. It's just that I always had dogs that were girls. But now we have Casper, Spirit. He's very tired. And Snoopy Baxter. And Snoopy is like me. He never stops. Except I'm lazy lately. Well, this guy, he looks like an alligator. Are you an alligator? You are? Oh, you're my best friend. Get out of Daddy's chair. Get down. You can't go in Daddy's chair. You can't go in Daddy's chair. Okay. All right, go lay down. Lay down, please, sir. All right. Lay down. See how your brother's laying down? You gotta lay down like that, too. Okay? I'm afraid to turn off the TV because... Hi, guys. Namaste. I know this is weird. This is weird. I was supposed to come earlier, but I have not. This is rose quartz. I have not. That angle is bad. I have not, I had to go food shopping, then I was trying to cook dinner, then I had like a bellyache, and I was like, oh my gosh, maybe I'm not gonna make videos anymore. I don't know. I mean, somebody who's not making videos, I'm making a lot of videos. But anyhow, oh, this smells nice. Because it was on top of a candle. I'm gonna keep it. Anyway, I know these dudes are gonna be, especially Snoopy, he's not gonna let me go into the other room because I wanted to do a couple of cards. But I'm gonna go into the other room. Anyhow, he might stop me. How's everybody doing? We have Zen zebras in the house. We have feels like a full moon, but I think it's the strawberry moon. And I used to always do something about that, like talk about, you know, what phase of the moon it is and what it means when the portals open. But a lot of weird things are going on. I've been feeling down because of I did not finish the jewelry in my room, by the way, if anybody cares, but this is still clean. This is still nice and neat, except for my muscle relaxer right here. I still have to put away my suitcase, but who cares? That's what I feel. I feel like, who cares? My suitcase could sit there for another 2 months. Would the world end? No. I just open it up and get some clothes out. But I finally realized, I'm not going to the wedding. I think that ship has sailed. The wedding ship has sailed. But yeah, so after I went food shopping, where's my stand? After I went food shopping, I made an attempt and I put makeup on earlier. This is all earlier. And I was like, yeah, I got my face all on. I should be ready to go. And after I got home from food shopping, I guess it was really hot. It was 102. And I thought it was only 91. So, I know what I'm going to do. You're about to see ADD. I'm so like disgusted with all the murders of the children. A 13-year-old girl and 12-year-old girl in Houston was found. And I was starting to get on that. I was trying to talk to my people, my other friends that are psychics, my friends that are just empaths, to see what they got, to see, if we could find her, the little girl with the reddish hair. And of course, she was murdered by two illegal immigrants. And I mean, it's just the story all week and for a lot of different times. And it's just, it gets to me, it gets to everybody. But I think when you're an empath, it hurts worse. I heard that too. I heard that too. He heard it. You heard that noise? See, Snoopy, he's very in tune to me. He's very in tune to spirits. I don't want to freak myself out or freak anybody out. See, I can't get into that room. Devin is leaving, going to, is that a new pimple coming up here? The camera is not, I have the wrong lipstick on. This is too dark. Camera is not nice to me today. But anyhow, who's here? Oh, this is my psychic book. At least I've been reading. Okay, anyhow. HC, I hope the portals aren't open tonight. My house is very active. Yes, there's 13 people here. I usually only get 8. Okay, sorry to say the portals are open. And they've been open since, what date was it? I think it was June 6th. Either June 6th and June 8th. But it's not always a bad thing. It's just like you'll be in a room, like I'm in this room, right? And I'm going to get some Palo Santo. That helps a lot. This light is not helping a lot. But, yeah, so you'll be in a room. Here's my experience. I'll be in this room, and I got Marilyn over here, and I got Lady Liberty and Lady Liberty, New York, and Bob Marley, beautiful energy, right? But the dog will look over, usually, especially, I mean, Casper, he's afraid of ghosts. That's why his name is Casper Spirit. However, look at Casper. He's exhausted. And he just really wants to sit down. And this is my spot, by the way. So if he sits there, I can't sit there because I got to sit there with my table. Anyway. So basically, if the portal being open isn't always a bad thing, it's just that if you are psychic aware, see, I just invented a word. If you're empathic and you're psychic aware, things will be walking by. It makes me shaky. Okay, but you stay protected. And I gotta go get my cross and put it on because I took it off because I sleep with it. And after a lot of nights of nightmares, tossing and turning, it needed to be cleansed. So I put it in the moon. Let me go get it. See, these dogs, I never usually keep them in when I'm walking around because the little guy, he won't stop. He'll follow me and I have to worry about him peeing on the rug. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep him in here, but it's hard to get Casper off the couch, if you know what I mean. I'm trying to get my cross. Oh boy. It's my cross, honey. It's okay. Okay, so my cross got... Get out of there. I'm still here. Is anybody here? See, I just felt heat energy and I had to look to see if anything was lit, but I knew nothing was, no candles or anything was lit, but I felt the heat energy. So, not really sure what that's about. But you'll feel like a cold breeze, or you'll feel heat, or you'll see a little shadow from the side of your eye. And yeah, it's kind of creepy. But you know, you just say, please, dear God, well, that's, I had to send somebody a Saint Michael's pendant. You say, please, dear God, protect me and my family, and don't allow me to see anything negative, and really don't allow me to see anything right now, because I'm trying to power down. And please, dear God, send Archangel Michael around me and my family. Snoopy, are you moving that? Snoopy. You scared me. The curtain was straight up moving, and I thought it was a spirit. Snoopy. Okay, yeah, so here's the one I usually sleep in. But I put it, yeah, I'll put it on. And then this one was just in the sun. This is actually, I stole this from Devin because he was never wearing it, and I think it's real. So, but I'm not going to put that one on. And then here is another rose quartz. And I think I told somebody this. I'm not sure, because I talk to a lot of people. But I'm sure I told one of my friends. I definitely told Devin. But he doesn't want to hear about it anymore because it's upsetting. Ooh, that looks pretty. Yeah, I don't like that color. I put it on in the dark, so of course I didn't know what color it was. I'm not in a brown mood. Anyway, it's not the fall, it's the summer. But I told Devin and a friend of mine that I always travel. Sorry, I didn't take my makeup off yet, so you're gonna see spotty, all kinds of. It's a new or it's a old foundation I found in my makeup kit. If I sound shaky, it's because I told you the energy is really weird, and also somebody that I know betrayed me. I'm trying not to let it get to me, but I'm just keeping it, in the back of my mind. They didn't really betray me, but they made fun of me in a very public way. And I was trying to think of what to do. At first, you're gonna lash back because I can, right? But no, that wouldn't be what God wants me to do. So I had to give it to God, and I had to give it to my spirit guides and my angels, and just pray for that person. But I was like, I couldn't even tell Devin because he went to sleep and he's got to get up early tomorrow for go on the trip with his brother he's getting his cancer checkup, my brother-in-law, in Houston. So they got a big drive and a sleepover in the hotel. And I'm very sorry about the mascara on my eyebrow. It looks like I have caterpillars. Get over here. See, I can't do this with them in here right now. So I'm going to put them away. Yeah, so if you're feeling like the energy is too much, all right, lay down on the couch. Lay on the couch. I'm going to put you back because I'm wired up. I'm not really energetic. I'm not feeling energetic. Like I didn't go in the pool. After I got back from food shopping, you have to unpack the car. Then you have to cook the meal. You have to put everything away. And it was too hot. It was too much. And then I didn't feel like going in the pool by myself. Other times I will. Maybe I'll go tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow, but one thing at a time. But anyhow, if you need, so I just don't want to have an anxiety attack. I might have to have a glass of wine. Yeah, let's light something up. Let's light something up. Definitely need to. I had these cards. I had everything out. Yeah, I'm not really worried about what the person said. They sort of meant it as a joke, but I looked back at it and I listened to what they said again. And it was a diss. And, it's just ironic because I'm not going to say anymore. I'm not going to say anymore. Look at this pretty thing that I made just now. This is selenite, right? So this candle holder is from my friend DC, and this is from Ruby, my other friend, right? I'm very lucky to have friends that love me. And I'm very happy and grateful. And this is from Judy Bullock. Oh my gosh, burnt my nail. Yeah, I had cards ready, and it was like, you got to tell people. Some people are having a career change or don't know what they should be doing in their life. And I have these perfect cards, but I put them up. Oh, that's pretty. That's a good burn. That is a good burn. For prosperity, protection, love. Baby, I don't want you to go to the bathroom on the rug. And it looks like that's what you're trying to do over here. Come on. You're creeping me out, kid. You want to go out? Want to go to the bathroom? I really need this burn, okay? Sorry, that was a close-up. I don't know. So, yeah, I try to step away from the cases, and I brought in my bubble paper so that I can start packing up a big order that somebody bought from me, like 13 paintings, and get started on her. Also, she bought work paintings that she once created, based on something else that I did. And I have to get into a certain mindset. So my happy mood will be displayed and absorbed by the canvas. But sometimes I just need to get started, like with the packing up. But it is the weekend, so I just figured, I'll have it ready by Monday to get in the mail by Monday. That's for sure. And then the new artwork, I still have to buy a couple of things at the store. And make sure I have the paint and everything. So I'm going to just put the dogs out. So give me a second. Who's this? Yeah, see, here's Jocelyn. Her name was Jocelyn Nungari. See, I was sitting here working on it, and then they found her. I mean, thank God they found her. It's just like, somebody had a daughter, and now her daughter is gone. And it just makes me mad and makes me sad at the same time. Okay, you want to go to the bathroom? You want to go to the bathroom? We'll go out? Okay. Come on, Casper. We're gonna go pop-ups. Come on, we gotta go pop-ups. Come on. Another thing is, Snoopy has not been eating. I mean, he looks chipper, but he doesn't like the dog food, I guess. First, both of them weren't eating, but now Casper pretty much eats. Let's go. Let's go. Stop it. Stop it. Dick. Get down. Come on. Snoopy. Get out. Sorry, guys. We have this little thing, this little gate, right? These nails are way too long. My nail got stuck when you push the button to put up to let the dogs in. My nail got stuck in there because the dogs go running through, and it almost ripped the whole nail off. I'll show you. It's this little hole right here. You gotta lift it up to open it. Oh my God. So it cracked. It cracked right here. I think it's bleeding. You stopped getting scared a long time ago? Very good, HC. You call upon Archangel Michael when negative energy is. Yeah. That's good then. That's good. I call upon Archangel Michael a lot. Sometimes throughout the day. Like I'm just sitting there, I'm like, there's a lot of bad stuff going on in the world, and I don't have any control over it. And like, trying to find kids, trying to find these, and, find people and kids. And I feel like sometimes, what for? I'm not doing anything. And then you hear about another murder and another missing kid, and it's so much. It's like on your chest, and you want to beat these people up that are killing our kids. And sometimes it's family members, sometimes it's the boyfriend, sometimes it's the mother, the stepmother, stepfather, sometimes it's an illegal immigrant. And it's just like, it's too much. And then I go to the supermarket and I get a couple of days, maybe 2 days worth of stuff, right? It was $220. I was like, I didn't even get that many dinners. I didn't even get that many things. But I was like, what am I going to do? You got to buy food. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can make more things, and I will. But I was sitting there, and I'm not sitting there. I was pushing my cart, and this is after I shopped and I got a bunch of stuff. And I knew it was going to be incredibly expensive, And then I said, okay, I gotta get the stuff. What am I gonna do? And then I said, maybe I'll go get, because I want to start making Devin these big, I used to make trays of like sweet potatoes, which are very good if you have diabetes, and sometimes regular potatoes, but sweet potatoes even better. You cut up an onion, you put some garlic in there, you put some sweet peppers, zucchini, squash, right? And you bake it with a little olive oil on the bottom, and you bake it in your oven. You could throw some broccoli in there, and you just make it in a big tin, and then you try to make that last for at least 2 days, couple of days. Sometimes it's hard with Connor because he'll eat the whole thing if you let him, but I want to make it separate so that Devin has it. Because he's on a lot of different medication. He had to go to the doctor again this week, and they changed his medicine again because the medicine was getting him sick. And then next set of medicine, he's gonna be on a Ozempic. I was like, yeah, sure. Now you'll lose a million pounds and be, leave me for a skinny girl. And he was like, well, I still like you. But anyway, yeah, so I'm going to try to do a little bit better with forcing myself to cook things and then maybe freezing it or putting it in the refrigerator in those little plastic things. I've done it all. I just feel like I'm 60 years old. I've done the things with the meal plan, and I'm just like, I'm over everything. I just feel over everything lately. We'll see. I think I need an angel card. Some Dasani. Yeah, this needs to have more sparkle. Well, it has sparkle that way. Sorry if I talk to myself, guys. Hi, Tracy Delahanty from Rhode Island. Nice to see you. Well, we got a lot of people up tonight, right? Well, thank you. These are my purple happy faces. Yeah, I was gonna, when you have so many things in your head and then I end up doing, well, I did a little bit with the pool. I did get the groceries. See, that's what always gets me. Going food shopping when it's hot, that it always gets me, because then you get home and you gotta get everything in, and it takes me like 4 trips. Oh, this is killing me. I want to get these nails off because I want to finish painting, and my hair is getting stuck in them. This is a long time. This was supposed to be for the wedding. Okay. Yeah, it is very expensive, HC. But for everybody, it's expensive. You started eating quinoa? Oh, I had that. I did have that. I should get that again. My son was very into that because he's a gluten-free person. And he taught me about that when we lived in an apartment together. Yeah, I will try that. Thank you for that, HC. Because I tend to go for the pasta, as you can see from my physique. And, yeah, and pasta, of course, is no good for you. But I always try to put vegetables in my meal. Like tonight, I did have a margarita pizza that I made, that, well, I got it from the store and I cooked it in the oven. That's making it for me. But on the side, I had a tomato and salad, tomato and mozzarella, but then, like a salad thing. And that was good, but then it gave me a bellyache because I used the vinaigrette. Thank you, William. Yeah, that's why I said I need to come on. Even, you can't always just come on when you're happy, but I don't like to always, come on and be Debbie the Downer. Although some people might think I am Debbie the Downer, but I don't lie about my situation or like what's going on. So sometimes, I'm always going to be real. And that's how you get your emotions out. If you bury it and you keep it in and you have a false bravado, you know, um, a false facade, that's not good either. Yeah, I figured let me just go on because I always feel better when I talk with you guys. And especially, I do want those cards. I am going to do those cards because I was looking at the cards during the day and I'm going to take this book and put it over here because it had that little girl's name on it. And so that makes me sad. But it's the spirit guide said to me, somebody needs you because I haven't been doing my cards really at all. I haven't not. I don't know what is going on, but it's okay. Sometimes you're into it, sometimes you're not. But so, a spirit guide in my head said somebody needs to know some guidance about careers or about where they should go. Yeah, pray for all the souls. Yes, that's what I just heard. Pray for all the souls that have recently passed over. And, and then I hear Bob Marley's song all the time. And I don't like to be like, what's it called? Tragedy pimp? No. It's a certain word, but I can't think of it right now because I really did need an extra cup of coffee, but um, I didn't. It's too late to have the coffee now. But anyhow, um, it's like when you talk about bad things that are happening, I don't like to do that, especially at night, because that'll all go into your subconscious mind and you have worse dreams. I suffer, even if I had a beautiful day with my husband, like we went to the movies the other day, and I was surprised because usually he doesn't want to come. And he was like, no, I wanted to do things with you. I didn't want to give you a hard time and I wanted to make you happy. So I was like, thank you. And then also the pool is supposed to be my thing. The pool is my job, in the house because I don't really know how to fix anything, but the pool is kind of like my territory. But Devin has been ordering things and helped me with it a lot to, reopen it because I really want to have a happy summer with the pool. And yeah, but I didn't get in it yet. I will get in it. I wanted to make sure it's pristine. But anyhow, I could still have nightmares and I could still have the horrible, the worst dreams. And of course, I'm worried about my sister. She is sick still. She's getting chemo a million times. Um, and she has a home health aide now. Um, but she's still not like answering her phone and um so like things are up in the air. And of course we pray But it's just, it's just a weird feeling. So I'm not trying to say, like, I don't like to be the type that says, like, the world is going to end. But you know what? The world can end. And there'd be nothing anybody could do about it except God, and except, loving each other, trying to be there for each other. Uh, but I kind of don't want to live as if the world is going to end, because then I don't feel like you can be authentic. I feel like you just have to appreciate each other and appreciate life and what God has given us, but also try to have a normal, as natural type of life as you can. In other words, if we're on high alert, it's not a good state to be in. High alert. And coming from New York and 9/11 happening and Sandy happening, I lived through a lot of things in my life, and we were on high alert a lot. Nobody really understood what it meant, but and 2020 with COVID and the world shutting down, it's like everybody feels something looming. I think everybody does tap into that energy, but I don't like that's what we ask God, and I ask Archangel Michael for help, because to help you, put you at ease, to make you feel like, when you were a kid and like something bad happened to your house, or like there was a storm or something like that, or somebody, tried to hurt you outside, and you run home and you can't wait to get home because you're going to tell mommy or daddy or sisters or brothers, right? But then it's almost like now you're a grown up, and a lot of people are gone. They're in heaven, or they're just not talking to you, or they're just not in your life anymore. Whatever the situation, whether that was your choice or whether it was their choice, or whether you just don't even know why. Why doesn't that person like me anymore? Why doesn't that person want to talk to me anymore? I don't know. Do you know? No, there's nobody to ask. There's no way of finding out. But we were friends forever. Yeah, I don't know. One day they woke up, they didn't like you. One day they woke up, they didn't love you anymore. Okay, what are you gonna do? Um, bad boys, bad boys. What are you gonna do when they come for you? Bad boys, bad boys. What are you gonna do when they come for you? I am worried about Martin Lawrence. Okay, let me leave that aside for a second, because I know I'm all over the place, but I will circle back. Okay, so you run home and you want to tell your family members because they'll help you. They'll protect you, or they'll offer you some kind of solace. But it's almost like now I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know in the chat. But I feel like there's nobody to tell. Um but there's always God, and there's always your spirit guides, and we have to remember to talk to them. I had a phone call from a friend earlier, and they were like, their, loved one passed away, and their significant other, a long time ago. And they said, I forgot to say I love them, and I forgot to talk to them. And I said, you could talk to them right now. They know what you're thinking about. They know what you're worried about. You want to say that you love them. They already know it, but you could say it right to them. But like if you feel like you're not gifted, you think that you can't talk to spirit, or you think you can't talk to loved ones. But it's just like talking to God. Just know that you could talk to God, you could pray, but you're not always going to hear an answer right away or even ever, okay? But you have a knowing that God is there. It's the same thing with your loved ones. Okay, I feel like the energy got a little bit better, and I know that it's because of the prayers, and I know. Oh, so I think I was telling you guys that when I went on my last trip, I forgot this necklace. And I didn't even have this on. I only had the Archangel Michael, which keeps you safe. But I did not have any bracelets on. I don't have them on now because it's hot. And I took them off. This makeup is terrible. I gotta take my makeup off. I'll probably do that in front of you guys too. At least this face makeup, it's terrible. I'm not gonna use this again. I think it went bad. It was in my makeup kit, and I was trying to put away my makeup because I had like 4 things of zippered bags of makeup that I was bringing to New York, that the trip that never happened, and I just left it on the floor, just in the living room. And then my stepson said, you don't put that away. I go, yeah, because I'm lazy. I'm not going to put that away. He goes, yeah, you're very lazy. And I go, why are you saying that? He was trying to tease me, but I was like, no, I'm not putting it away because it was the only thing I could do because I was so upset about not being able to make that trip. And I spent a lot of time thinking about, but why? And, now it's like I was told. It's stop thinking about why. My back is very stiff tonight. Let's go check on the babies. Okay. Oh, I didn't realize it was so late, guys. All right, so don't worry. I'm gonna still do everything I said, but just let me get. Is anybody saying anything? I hope the portal shopped scared a long time ago. Okay. Babies, I'll take you in later, okay? I'm doing something right now. I'm all over the place. I know. Sorry, guys. All over the place. Okay. Alright, so we are going to actually freaking do some work. Alright. There's 2 things I want to do. First, I'm going to do this deck and this deck. Especially this deck. They talked about it a lot. So is there somebody out there that is very concerned about their next job or what career they should go into or their life's purpose? These are my life's purpose cards. And they're also beautiful angel cards. So I'm going to ask my spirit guides and angels and my collective, the spirit guides of the collective out there, and anybody who might see this video in the future, It'll be for you. Okay. Angels, ancestors, spirit guides, and God, divine. What do you need to tell them? What do you need to tell my collective, my sassy subs? Remember that? My unique unicorns, my merry mermaids, my merry mermen. Hi, Sean. My namaste ninjas. I know I went to go get my makeup wipes and I totally forgot. Okay. Yeah. I knew that it would come out, but it just needed to be, I needed to just use these cards. These are beautiful. Okay. So the first card that came out, the very first card that came out, I know I gotta do this because I gotta always make everything complicated. So let me just do this because the energy did help. It got better after I lit this. Thank you, dear God, for always helping me and for helping me get over that I did not make that trip, and for helping me when I'm nervous, for being with Devin when he drives his brother, comes home safely to me on Monday. Thank you. Okay, so what was I just talking about? It says that what angels and God is trying to tell my collective is that you need to talk to your angels. See, the cards never lie. They're saying talk to your angels instead of worrying. Ask for divine guidance. Oh my gosh. Look at this angel cloaked in purple with the white wings. Ask your angels life purpose. Hi, Doreen Campbell, DC. How you doing? Hi, Lusanda. Welcome to the Mystic Brady Bunch. Angel of Light, yes. How are you? Uve reacts. Hi. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Come on in. That's what JLR says. Come on in, everybody. Yes. Please talk to your angels more. I just said this to a friend of mine on the phone. She was worried. And I was like, they hear you, but you just have to say it. If you can't focus, sit down at a nice table, clean off a section, or sit in a spot that you feel happy. Somebody likes to sit by their garden. Somebody likes to sit on their porch. Somebody likes to sit at the kitchen table. Somebody likes to sit in the living room. That's what they just showed me. Or the dining room. That's where we are right now, my dining room. But they're saying, talk to your angels. Ask your angels. Okay? Sorry if my big round head is really big in the shot. But that's the only head I have, so please, please, they just said read it again. Talk to your angels, collective. Instead of worrying, ask for divine guidance. And that's what you just saw me doing when I had to go insisted on getting my cross because I hadn't had it on since this morning. And I had to go get my other cross, right? And I have this, and I sleep with these, and they're going to clackle and clang, and I'll be in a full sweat before the morning is here because once I do go to sleep, yeah, I sweat and I have nightmares. And I pray and I say, please don't let me have the nightmares. But I do. Hi, Gia. You love to live in loneliness to talk with your angels. I love Angel Gabriel. Oh, I used to have the Angel Gabriel, one of the paintings that I did, one of the collages that I did. Yes, talk to them. Write down their name, your favorite angel, whoever you resonate with. If you're feeling sick, you need Archangel Raphael. He's really good for that, for healing of mental, mind, body illnesses. Um, who's my angel? Well, I Archangel Michael has helped me so many times, and I always have to have this on. I even shower with this. This one I shower with. And if I don't have it on, I freak out. But I talk to him a lot because I need protection from the evil, and I need protection on my family. And because I'm open to the energy of the spirit world, a lot of times you need protection from that, and just in general. So I would say Archangel Michael is a big one for me, but I talk to other ones too, and that's why I make angels. I have angels all around me because of that. That pink one over there is calling me. I think that's Shamuel, Archangel Shamuel, and she's surrounded by rose quartz. And there's Archangel Michael right there. And that's Raphael. And that is just two little angels, two little girls that were killed, called Athena and Athena. And I like to remember them together. But yeah, that's why I have angels around me. She's an angel right there. And then we have mermaids too. Archangel Gabriel comes to your dream. Wait, I was just reading that. Archangel Gabriel comes to your dream and always gives you secret knowledge about life. That's beautiful, Gia. I hope you write it down. Please let us know about what he says. He is the messenger. He was Mary's messenger to let her know that she was going to have a baby. Baby Jesus. All right, well, I actually came here to joke around, but unironically, I've been struggling for a while. Recently, I meditated for the first time, and while I opened up my eyes crying, I've always felt lost. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. But I am happy, T.O.B., that you have meditated. Tab, MB, that you started to meditate, because that's going to help you. That's going to do, yes, you cried, you have a release. Releasing is great. Okay? You'll start to feel. Somebody asked me, how can I don't feel the angels around me? How come you feel the angels around you, Mystic Brady or Katrina? I didn't always feel them strongly, especially growing up. I didn't feel them strongly. But my mom used to always say, if you're scared and you're by yourself, always ask your guardian angels to come. And I would be like, they will come? I can't see them. And she would say, no, you can't see them, but you might be able to feel them. They're just going to make you feel at peace. They're just going to help you to do whatever you need to do and just feel like, yeah, I could do that. Somebody is watching over me. Okay? And it'll get better the more you do it. The more you pray or the more you meditate, it's the more you manifest. If you want to see more angels, start watching things that have more angelic things. Like, I have to stop every time I put on a video that's about Madeline Soto, the little 13-year-old that was murdered by her mother's boyfriend. Something tells me in my head, don't click onto that. You know you're going to feel terrible. There's nothing you could do about it. She was found. They have him in jail. They probably just need to put the mother in jail, but they might not put the mother in jail because look at Summer Wells. Nobody's in jail for her abduction or murder, right? And look at Monkey Vaughn. Well, maybe somebody's in jail for him, a couple of characters, but um, yeah. So you just have to kind of roll with the punches and know that your guardian angels will be with you your whole lifetime. And you might have rejected them, but they're still going to be there. And like lately, you're like, I didn't think that I could go through this. And don't worry, I will get back to the cards because I'm supposed to be so zen and I'm supposed to be so good, trying to be good and healing and help people. But lately, I've been listening to a different voice. And that other voice tells me, oh, yeah, look at this upsetting material. And just, I don't believe curses is bad. I never cursed all my life. My mother and father didn't allow it, in the house. You would get smacked in your face or mouth washed out with soap, and so we weren't cursers. But I felt like, I guess after I lost my parents, everybody was gone. It's like, and I'm a grown up, and I was like, if I want to curse, I'm gonna curse. It feels good, it's fun. Okay, I don't think you go to hell if you curse. I really don't. It's an expression of words. But here's the thing, if you want good things around you and you want to be in this world of peacefulness and kindness and love and friendship, even if it's just friendship and companionship. I know a lot of people just, they're like, Mystic Brady, I'm reading them, they're like, I don't want to get married again, but I would like to have a friend, I would like to have a companion. And I'm like, I understand what you're saying, um, but I can't meet anybody because of A, B, and through Z. And I'm like, no, you have to get those barriers out of your head and look at somebody who's in a relationship that you like, that you think, hey, they're so lucky they have this relationship. Um, but visualize that instead of focusing on bad and negative. You're never going to get anything positive if you focus on the negative. Look at somebody who has the relationship that you want, that you would like something like it. Okay, like if you want to buy a car, are you going to go sit in junky cars and used cars and things that you really don't want and don't think you can understand how to drive? No, you're going to try to hang around with the car that you like. Go to places where, figure out, ask them, how much is that car? How much is that one? How much is that? And then try to save up for the one that is your dream. Okay? Because otherwise you're settling. Well, Katrina, I don't have enough money for the fancy one, so I'm going to have to settle. Well, even if you're settling, make sure it's the one that you want, that makes you feel good, right? That checks a lot of your boxes. Might not check all the boxes, but checks a lot of your boxes. Okay? In other words, don't put down the stick of hope, right? Always hope, always still dream, still create. If you're tired one day, okay, say, I'm tired today, so I'm going to do nothing, right? But then the next day, don't have a nothing day next day. The next day, do something, one thing that you need to do in your house, and do one thing that you need for your own healing. Okay, like, even though I just did the trim of a painting yesterday, right? I didn't do it today, but I did the trim of a painting. I felt like at least I did something, and then I cleaned up my jewelry, so that was good. Okay, good and good. All right, so the next card that we got, wait, the first card was talk to your angels and your spirit guides and divine guidance. Instead of worrying, relax, meditate, say a prayer, and ask your angels. You might not know what your angels' names are. They don't have to be Gabriel or Michael. They don't have to be archangels. They could just be um a name that you feel comfortable with. Like I meditated back in the 90s because I went to a class on how to know the names of your spirit guides or your angels/angels. They're different. Okay. Spirit guides, angels are children because they're innocent, even if somebody messed with them, even if somebody terrorized them, they're still innocent. Their soul remains innocent. So when they go to God, God cleanses them of anything other people's sins that they put on them, and they will get their wings automatically. No child that ever gets murdered or killed will ever, oh my gosh, I see me in there and it looks freaky. Okay. No child will ever not get their wings. They will become an angel. Okay. Then there are people who are kind of grown-ups, like my grandfather or your uncle or your aunt or your mom or your dad, right? Or your friend, right? They, and you might be like, I was so close with them, but I still feel them. I still feel like they're telling me what to do. They always had purple on, and then all of a sudden I see this lady walking down the street and she's got this purple dress on, and it reminded me of when me and my friend went out and danced all night and she had a purple dress on. They do little signs like that. They help you in your career. They help you like keep on going. So they're still there. They just like you can't see them physically, but you could feel them. You could feel their energy. They want you to talk to them. Even if you want to say, I'm mad at you for leaving me. And then they're going to say, well, I'm not in charge of that. Okay. But you're allowed to express yourself to your friend that you know is your spirit guide. Okay, so my spirit guides' names were, back in the day, I found out one was Jonathan, one was John. I know, you might think that's weird, but what he did was he meditated with us, and I didn't know how to meditate back then, so he put us through like a hypnosis thing, and he taught us how to meditate by going down 10 stairs and getting relaxed and a little music in the background. And then when we opened the door, he said, what's the first name? And it didn't really matter if they were male or female, but I had like two that were male, two that were female. So one was John, one was Jonathan, another one was Sam, but they didn't want to say if it was Samantha, but they just said Sam. And what was the other one? Oh, I'll think of it. But anyhow, you could do that. You can, and I would write it in my journal. And then you could have more as time goes by, because I really truly feel my um, mother is my spirit guide, and also my nephew Sean is my spirit guide. Why? Because I have a picture of my nephews that I lost, Patrick and Sean. And Patrick comes to me a couple of times. Like he'll just say, I'm worried about my dad. Um, but his dad's not talking to me right now, so I can't do anything about it. And Sean will just say, like, tell my mother and father I said thank you for this. And I'm like, yeah, I tell them. I don't know if they're listening to me, though. He's like, well, tell them again. Make them listen. And I'm like, okay, Sean, I'll try. I'll try. And he's like, I know you will, Aunt Kathleen. So, anyhow, family. The angels want you to talk to your family more. Reach out to your family, even if it's painful. Reach out to your family. Okay, and I got to put my glasses on to read it. And it says, loving your friends and family is central to your life's purpose. Loving your friends and family is central to your life purpose. You might be saying, how do I figure out what's my life's purpose? Well, I just told you, talk to your angels, ask for divine intervention from God on what your path should be, okay? And also being around your family. Loving your friends and family is central to your life's purpose because they will help you with what they think you would be great at. Okay? Then we got crystals. We got crystals as being important. Okay, what does crystals say? Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. Your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So somebody out there is very connected to the meaning of crystals. Okay, and I love crystals too. I mean, I'm always like, what is this one for? What is that one for? And I feel the energy. Like if I am going to do a reading, I have to have my amethyst crystal necklace against my skin in my shirt. And I like to have my bracelets on and my rings. Why all that fanfare? That's my Irish ring. Why do I need all that fanfare? Well, because the crystals pull an energy, so it kind of helps me put things together. It's almost like why I use this so much. It helps open up the energy for me. And so crystals, they're saying maybe get yourself a crystal. It's your connection to crystals and gemstones is a channel for healing energy. So maybe you're going to be getting into selling crystals or jewelry, or doing Reiki with crystals, or having some sort of shop that has crystals in it, or doing a class on crystals if you already know about it, a lot of it. If you have a YouTube channel, maybe you want to do a whole video about crystals and how they heal and what they heal, what organs they're good for. Like, in other words, what I know about crystals, not everything, but rose quartz is for friendship and love and healing, but especially for love and friendship. So, when I got divorced, I didn't get my cross until I met Devin, and he bought me a rose quartz cross because he always saw me with like a cross on. I always wear a cross. But he said, what kind of stone do you want? And I said, rose quartz, please, because it's like a light pink. And this is just a stone from another friend. So I put it together because then I feel fully protected. But anyway, if you're trying to get more love to you, wear some rose quartz. If you're trying to attract love and attention and also heal your broken heart of some kind, wear more pink and green. Okay, I have some green on here. But wear more pinks and greens on your chest, and also wear the stones that you should wear is rose quartz or aventurine. Okay. And the last card that they want you to know is study. Reading, research, education help you gain confidence and clarity about your career. So study. This guy looks like the actor that just died, Donald Sutherland. Okay, that was a long time I held that up there. Okay, so reading, research, and education will help you gain confidence and clarity about your career choice. Okay, so I'm just going to ask the angels to give me a closing card about the people in my collective, in the Mystic Brady Bunch, that are wondering about. And if you didn't sub up yet, please make sure you sub. And always put a comment in. If you don't feel like putting a comment on the chat, you could put a comment on the video. share my videos. That's all I ask. Everything else is for free. Okay. What do they need to know for their career, their choices, their jobs, their life path? I said one, they go no, two more. Okay. So they said serenity. I'm sorry, sensitivity. Get hooked on phonics. Sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Sorry, that was a yawn because it's late. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. Yes, okay. So this is for the empaths out there. Okay, see, she's like holding a stick and she's looking kind of slightly over her shoulder because she feels a presence. So these are the people out here that are watching tonight that are very, very, very intuitive. Okay, and maybe you should think about a job as a psychic or as a counselor, as a psychologist, or as a intuitive or Reiki healer, something to do with healing, helping in the spirit world. Okay, so that is sensitivity. Then we have freedom as the last card. We have freedom. You're free to do what you choose. Yeah, don't take it from your family or your friends, but take it from what you feel like you want to do. They might have good suggestions because they like you and they know what you're good at and they love you, but you have to have that passion for you. They can help you get started on something, but if you're really not into it, then it'll be like a bowling ball rolling down the gutter lane. Okay, it'll be like it'll fail like a joke on a brick wall. Okay, all right. So I hope those angel cards helped you, and I will just do another one from a different deck, if you don't mind. I also have these. Are these here? This is an empty box. Oh, they're under my candle. That's why. Okay. Sorry. I'll be fine. Sometime I'll be fine. Okay. So these are just my angel cards, angel messages. I just thought it was appropriate to do some angel stuff tonight with the strawberry moon. Okay, what does my collective need to know? What does my collective need to know in terms of numerology, numbers, angel numbers? Okay, think about the numbers that you've been seeing lately. Like 11 doesn't mean anything to me, but it means something to my friend Forever Bella. I think she got a tattoo that says 11. She said everything always happens at 11 at night or 11 in the afternoon. And I said, yeah. She goes, what does that mean? I said, those your angels or spirit guides are trying to connect with you at that point to let you know they see you, they know what you're doing, they know you're trying. So okay. And you might see this on a house number, you might see it on the clock, you might see it somewhere like in the year. Wherever it is, it might resonate with you. If it doesn't, just leave it alone for somebody else. Okay. First thing I got was 23. So maybe somebody's 23 out there, or something happened in 2023. And it says, you have a test. I'm sorry, hooked on phonics, and I got glasses on, and I screwed it up. You have a zest for life, and you are eager to experience anything and everything possible. You love change and excitement and the need for both to feel truly alive. For you, life is an adventure to be lived to the fullest. And say, I am adventurous. I am adventurous. I am adventurous. Okay. Then we got 99. Okay. I should have said pick a number between 1 and 100. Okay. It's time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. I am courageous. I am courageous, but with thinking about your power. So you might see the clock saying 9 minutes after 9. You might see the clock saying 9:19. I just saw that. You might have been born on September 9th, okay? Or a 9 is in your birthday somehow, or just you see those numbers, or you want $99, or you have 99 problems, but a beep is not one, okay? Some people will get that, okay? I got 99 problems, but a beep is not one, okay? Then we got 11. This must be for Bella Butterfly. 11. I have key, and 11 is a master number. So I have keen awareness of what is happening around you. A strong intuition is your gift and will help you understand the unspoken feelings and thoughts of others. Psychic, you're getting psychic. And this insight allows you to be a great guide and supporter. I am intuitive. Number 11. I am intuitive. Master number. So we got people out there that are intuitives. You're coming into your powers. Told that to somebody too today. I said, does it scare you to know that you're probably a psychic and probably already an empath? And she was like, no, it doesn't scare me. I've always known. Okay. Then we have, I have to be adventurous. Take chances. Adventurous, 23. And then we have 99. I am courageous. Finding your power. Yeah, all good stuff. I wonder why these cards wanted me to touch them. The last one was a 3. Okay. Might resonate with some people out there. It's the number of Trinity, bringing body, mind, and spirit together. The triangle, right? Okay, expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation, creative pursuits. You are able to get others on board with your ideas. I am charismatic. Okay, so this person is very crafty. Some might say you're manipulative, but for a good reason. You're able to get people to understand the dream, to understand, why should we try this new idea out? So expression comes naturally to you. You are very skilled at communicating your thoughts through conversation, creative pursuits, and you're able to get others on board. I am charismatic. Number 3, I am charismatic. And also, number 3, if you are a number 3 destiny wise, like if you add up your numerology or you're born on the 3rd, you're always better when you have 2 other people with you. Okay? You're always better if you have a friend over here and a friend over there, and maybe even a 3rd friend. Okay? Because you just need to be surrounded by 3s. That's always better for you. Yin and the yang. Okay. Is anybody saying anything? Let's see. Thank you. God bless you too, William. Tobe, it's going to get okay. It's going to be okay. Recently was the first time you allowed yourself to open and be guided by spirits. I've always felt the presence, but always the dark ones, so disregarded them. Good. As of late, I'm different. Find myself surrounding myself with darker things. I just felt normal. I never realized it could affect me a few days ago. Yeah, I had it too. I was like, I was hearing like, be cranky to that person, or just be bitchy, or just be mean, or just let's think about all they have, and then feel bad that you don't have that. And I forgot, like that's one of the Bible commandments. Don't covet somebody else's things or people. Like if somebody has a perfect relationship, perfect marriage, but you don't, maybe yours needs work. You're not supposed to be jealous and think bad thoughts about that person that does have the perfect scenario. Somebody has a better house than you do, or they just have so much money and you're struggling, to pay your bills. They say don't like be a hater on that person because you love that person usually, or that person's a friend of yours. But you're saying, why do they have so much and they hardly work? And then I have to work my ass off and I'm already 60 and I'm still working the old ass off. Okay. Um, but why do they have so much and it's so easy for them, but not for me? But God doesn't want you to think it that way. You know why? God wants you to be grateful for you got this pen, right? See, that's all I had in this house was this pen. God would say, you know how many things you could write with that pen to create all the things that you need to get in the house? You could write checks with that. You could write a poem and maybe you sell it. And then you'll have money to get some other things in your house. So be grateful for this one little pen. Be grateful for this beautiful Palo Santo. Okay, I think I will. Yeah, so I had to learn that. I started to tell Devin, yeah, I'm starting to like, and he was like, you don't even have to tell me. I see you do it. I'm seeing you do it. And I was like, I know, I'm sorry. I said sorry to God in my head, and then I try not to do it. Then I'll tell you, it's not easy because then I'm like, oh, snap, she got that car. And I don't even like cars. Like I don't think about shoes or cars. Like I'm not, jealous of shoes or cars. But like a nice house or also like going places, traveling, because I didn't get to go to that trip. So of course anybody who's going on a trip and they get to go and it's successful, and I'm like, they get to go on that trip that I was supposed to go on. So that is got to turn it around. What do you have right now that you like and appreciate? Well, I appreciate my husband. I appreciate my home. I appreciate having my skills, my gifts, my talents to help with the murder cases and help with healing art, create healing art, and maybe help some people when they give me questions to answer. I try to be helpful. So that's how you turn it around. And I say, please, dear God, help me to be strong. I don't want to be jealous today. I don't want to be envious of others because that makes you cry. That makes Jesus cry when we're envious, because then God says, why don't they appreciate what I gave them? Why don't they look at what I gave them, that purple pen? I'm just using that as an analogy, but you get what I'm saying, right? Okay. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to do, these two things were for you guys. There's my number, 1010. That's my mother's birthday. And she used to always talk about 1010 because there was a radio station called 1010. So, let's see. It says keep your thoughts positive. Thanks, Mom. Keep your thoughts positive and be patient as everything is working out for your highest good. Trust that angels are working behind the scenes to help you. I am patient, and I am not patient. So I have to learn to be patient. And that was a straight up message from my mom, because that's her birthday. That little Libra that she is. And I say she is because she still is. Because just because she's in heaven does not mean she's not a Libra. She's still my Libra, my little lady Libra. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to do with you guys, how long am I rambling? 1 hour and 25 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot. I want to get the book and I want to read something to you. So hold up, okay? Hold up. This, they just told me 3 piles. Okay. They're just telling me something to do, so don't mind me. Doreen Campbell. I have an elderly woman at the retirement home I work at, and she tells me I have a gold aura around me protecting when she says I sparkle. I don't know if it's true. I love her for telling me. Yes, gold energy is very angelic. Gold energy is very much like divine. When you finally meet God in heaven and Jesus and Mother Mary, they will have something around their head that looks like just gold light, okay? Effervescent light. So she might be seeing it from you, or she might be seeing it from your spirit guide that is hanging around you. So I would definitely talk to her because she sounds like she's empathetic. And she very much might be. Okay, okay. So I'm going to get something and then I'm going to bring it over here. So hold on a second, guys. How many people in the house? 20? Maybe get your help away from the darker things. Encourage yourself to watch. I've been watching comedy. Yes, I have. All right. Don't believe me? I watch like Comedy Central on Netflix. Comedy comedians talking about everything. I think his name is Joe something. He's one. Then then I was watching The Good Cop with Tony Danza. And anything with horses really helps me. There's a show, I think it's called Heartland something, and it's like a million seasons. So that one is a good one too. But Tony Danza's, I like that because I felt positive last night. Okay, be right there. Hey, everybody here? Mm. A little piece of chocolate. Yeah, I do watch the comedy movies. They do help. Helps the transition of your thinking. My birth name is Angel. Kind of crazy. My mom said she always knew. And I could tell from your picture you're an angel too. I have a daughter named Angel, and my kids say they never worry because they know I always put angels on them. Oh, good. Like Lorna Byrne from Ireland. She writes all books about angels. You have crystals everywhere? Me too. Me too. That's gonna wake him up. I'm gonna get in trouble. And plenty more. Yeah, I like their energy. This is protection. That's a nice one, right? Okay. So, in a second, to end this video, we're going to pick from pile A, B, or C. So, what all you have to do is think about A, B. Oh, I'll show it to you. I'll show you what it looks like. It's just going to have one card in it. Card A, B, or C. And you're going to pick it. And it'll be a message for you. Okay. Just going to be one card. I'll show you. This is going to be A, all the way to the white. Right? This middle is B, and the end is C by the purple pen. C. Okay? So think about which one might resonate, but before you do, I'm going to do something else. Okay? It's just trying to show you coal dust, but it was working out. Not working out. Okay. So when I do cases and when I'm thinking about like where we could find this kid is gone, like as of late, Sebastian Rogers, I was thinking about Summer Wells, I was thinking about this new girl that was just found, a 12-year-old girl in Houston. Okay, so what you do is, this book is by a psychic, right? Oh, and Evansdale murders with Lyra Cook and Elizabeth Collins. In Iowa, I believe it was, the Seven Bridges. The girls were found 5 months later, but the murderer was never arrested. Nobody was ever arrested. So when I get this book out, I called her. This lady's name, she's from New Jersey. She worked with the police extensively. She didn't even take money. and her name is Nancy Olin Orlin Weber. Nancy Orlin Weber, right? And she worked with the cops, New York City cops. I did too back in the day for the helpline when a lot of teenagers were going missing or arson. Some guy put up the a building that had families in it, and but was related to this like 15-year-old girl who's supposed to be home babysitting, and she really wanted to sneak out and go to the bar with him. She found out that he was going to do that. He was mad about something, and he went and did a Molotov cocktail, with the lighting flames, with the big thing of gas, the red thing of gas. And I described him to a T. The cops came to my condo. My husband at the time was a court officer, and he was like pissed that these two cops, detectives, showed up at the door because the tip I called in, they took my husband to the side and they were talking to him. I was like, hey, talk to me. I want to give you the tip. And my husband didn't know what I did, because I did a lot of things. I want to do something, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to run it by him because this is what he did. He refused for me. They said, your wife got a lot of details on that case. And the problem is nobody else knows about that except the person who did it. And she pretty much describes somebody that we've been worried about. We think it's him, but we can't tell you who it is. We would like to take your wife down to the police station so that we can help her look through books and books. And my husband, who was a court officer, who was very well aware of how the court system works, refused to let me go. Why? Oh, today is for putting things on fire. Why do you think he didn't want me to go? He said some stupid answer like, well, once you got down there, they're going to be very suspicious that you knew all this stuff and they're going to arrest you. You want to get arrested? Look at your baby boy sitting there. He's a year. Look at your daughter sitting over there. She's only 5. You're going to leave your kids like that? And I was like, but that sounds so crazy. Why would they do that to me? I was home here. I have an alibi. I know, I didn't do it, and I know I didn't do it. He was like, no, that this is what they do. If you have too many details, they were saying they don't understand why, you're a witch or something. It was the 90s. Not many people, I mean, some stuff in New York was accepted, and a lot of people did readings for businesses and parties. I would do 5, 6, 7 people parties and make a bag full of money, $500, right? True story. Be lucky if you can make $10 now. It's just a different time. Anyhow, so I didn't go to the police station. I was very upset about that. I really knew that I wanted to be in that energy, and he refused to come with me because he said he had to watch the kids, but we could have got somebody to watch the kids. Anyhow, so we didn't go. He never wanted me to go to the courthouse either. They wanted me to go to the court as well and show me pictures, but they realized my husband was going to let them come. So they said, can we come to you with the books? We don't have that many books that we could bring, but we could bring some of them. And I looked at my husband and I said, you better say yes to that. You better. And he was like, yeah, that would be good. So they came back with the books, and I looked through the books and I saw this guy with dreadlocks, right? And I described this to them on the tip line, right? They had my voice and my number. It was like the only 2 times in my life, and I've called like 5 times, especially after I moved to Texas and I'm working cases and I call up. with a tip for Suzanne Morphew, a tip for Jennifer Doulos, a tip for Sincere and Classic, a tip for Maya Millete, a tip for Summer Wells, tip for Monkey Michael Vaughn, and they haven't called me back. This guy called me back from New York, and he said, tell us what you think the person looks like. So I said, I see a white van, but I don't think it's his. And he takes out of the white van this red thing. He goes, like a gas tank, and he's writing it down. And I go, yeah, like it's gas in there. And then he goes through the walkways, and there's this one girl, and she's got all like 3 kids. She's babysitting for her siblings, or she's babysitting, and she really wants to go to the bar that this guy is telling her to come to the bar with her. So I don't know if that's the same man but anyhow, his skin was not black. His skin was a mocha color, like a coffee color, caramel color. And the hair was not black. It was like a mocha color too, right? And it was dreadlocks. And yeah, it was like this color. His skin was this color. And his hair was this color. Okay. And I think he might have had green eyes, though. His eyes were mystical. And I said how tall I thought he looked, like 5'8", 5'9", a little muscles here, very tight body. Like I just explained everything that I saw. That I saw what he was doing. It was really bad. Was lighting it on fire. And I saw newspapers. He was doing something with newspapers on every floor. There was only like 3 floors. And it was all kids and babies and infants. Some people would leave their kids alone in there because they went to the bar across the street. So when their babies went to sleep, they would leave. And this guy wanted to do something to screw them, not caring about the kids. Anyhow, they caught him. He was on the Daily News, the Post, and it was like, I said to my ex-husband, Tom, look, the hair color, that's caramel. And he's like, oh yeah. I said, his eyes are like greenish, like I said. And it's him. And he's like, yeah, you better hope he's not going to get out of jail because he'll be after you. And he was like, always so afraid. I go, you work for law enforcement. Why are you so afraid of, sticking up for the right thing? And he's like, because somebody could get you. Somebody could find out you ratted out. I said, well, I'm always going to work on the side of the good, no matter what. So, okay. Now, that was just a little pre-lesion story. 22 in the house, 2-2. It's a good number. I've been thinking about selling. I've always been gifted, and I've been thinking about selling. Yeah, you should. It's hard. I've seen, heard my entire life. I've embraced it. You should definitely, don't ignore it. Don't ignore it. Hi, Catlin. Think no. Kate. Catin. Think no. Catlin, think no. Did I say it right? Okay. Prayers for all. Sumera, hello, welcome. Welcome, Susan Gallen. Throw mama from the train is funny, right? Yeah. That was funny. Jessica Dean is in the house from Ireland. How are you, Miss Jessica Dean? Top of the morning to you. Top of the night for me. Little tip my Jesus juice. Just one. Takes away my anxiety. Okay, so why am I reading these 2 pages if I can? Because when I was asking the universe and asking God, how can I help find these missing? let me ask this lady who worked as a psychic detective from New Jersey. So I look in the book, I call the number in the book. Of course, it's disconnected. So then I see a website and I go to the website and I leave her a message. Of course, she never answered me. So I don't know if she's older, much older than she was. But when I was doing this, I said, how are these light workers and psychics going to find these beautiful people that are missing and murdered, right? And get the people, this little girl, Libby, she was only 10 years old, riding a bike. And her cousin, a cousin named Elizabeth, was 8 years old, riding a bike. And they went so far on their bikes, and I didn't really believe that. I did a reading if you want to watch it, because I don't really believe they went that far on their bikes. But I felt like the guy saw them earlier, got them to lure them into his car with the bikes. Then he went back later, dropped the bikes off on the trail, because making believe the kids went to the trail, and threw the little girl's purse over in the water. That's what I think, but that's on my video. After meditating for a while, that's what I got. Let me just light this because they say new energy, please. New energy. So I don't know if this will help or not, but it said when I was thinking about finding the missing, what am I supposed to do? They said go to this page. You just go like this to the book. Wherever your hand feels comfortable, you stop. And you just read those 2 pages. So this might be good for all of us who are trying to find these missing kids and not finding luck, or missing murderers, missing killers. We're trying to find the killers because usually the kids already found, but we need the killers, right? We certainly do. But before we need the killers, we're gonna need a little flame because my flames are not working. Okay, so it just says spree. We were, and just tell me if it resonates with you at all in any way, shape, or form. It says spree. We were desperate to find him. You had mentioned evidence. We needed to find it. The county prosecutor is saying, you know, we can do this ourselves. We should listen. I repeated, and the chief of police put his arm around my shoulder and said, what do you feel? Do you feel you have to do? I called within minutes. You said you wanted something that he touched or was with. I brought a noose because there was one point in the search in this dump area, we found this suede note and a noose. It was like a wire cable of some sort. My turn to remember, I knew I needed to be face to face with you, Gary. I also knew I needed to speak images. For some reason, I could only draw them. I felt that I had to meet you, Gary was recalling. Personally, I sensed it. I knew that anyone in law enforcement can't do my job by themselves. You know, when that's a citizen spots a license plate or psychic has a vision, I don't know. I don't care if it's the crazy woman who lives 200 miles away. You know the movie, Missing Without a Trace, and no one listens to them. Listens listen to everyone. You have to. Thinking of his comments, I responded, Gary, I wish everyone felt that way. I remember as soon as you agreed to meet with me, more thoughts and images poured in. He, the kid who killed her, worked around the corner from her, but then they hardly ever spoke. And he's the kid no parents let their children be with. He's different, not part of any crowd anyway. Alone, always alone. Left school last year, worked at a local garage pumping gas. Special education needs, but mostly emotional. He saw her walking past the wooded lot, going home from school, and hated her. He grabbed her, and she resisted. She represented everybody who ever made fun of him or snubbed him. He grabbed her, and she resisted. He's much stronger than her. He took her by the throat and dragged her into the mountains, woods, where they promptly killed her. He promptly killed her. That's where you found the body. I could show you where. Father drives a pickup. That's all I got. That was our first conversation after you called and told me they discovered her body. Right. Gary's vision seemed far away from when he spoke. Then they had found her body in the woods, no evidence around. And though we picked up Michael for questioning in that morning, without a body, we had to let them go. Then, with the body found, we couldn't find him. So this is like the psychic is talking with the detective and to find the body of the person who was murdered. And at first they had the person who was the murderer, but then they ran away because then they found the body. Okay. 2 families were devastated. Lots of dear friends would mourn the sweet girl's horrible meeting with death. No one could make sense out of such pain. Anyone who talks about everyone choosing their path but never have been a crime victim. No one chooses that path. No one except the perpetrator who couldn't possibly be listening to their own soul. That's helpful to me because how we started out this night. Perhaps their choices are not about whether we become someone's victim, but if we do, what we let it do to us, whether we're here on earth or beyond. I remember when I was 6 years old and we moved into a new neighborhood in East Flatbush section of Brooklyn. Moving day came, and at 6 years old, I wasn't of much help. A boy and a girl rang our bell and asked if we could play with me. I suppose my parents felt grateful to them and let me go outside. I didn't want to. I hated meeting new people, and now I sat on the first porch I ever sat on and with strangers. I could hardly hear them, and I didn't want to talk. I remember them telling me they lived across the street next door to each other, and I was so shy I didn't say a word. They kept talking, and I kept hoping it would be over so that I could see my new room and being set up. I watched them as they turned to see another boy walk past us on the street. The boy sitting on the next to me called out, "There goes Four Eyes." The girl laughed. My shyness was thrown out of my fury. I knew what it meant. "If you're going to talk like that, you can't stay here with me," I yelled at them. "Everyone has a handicap, but only some of you can see and some you can't. Don't make fun of anyone in front of me. I don't like it." My voice was the loudest I'd ever heard it. I sat, surprised at my voice. The thoughts that darted out of my mouth were as clear to me as the cloudless sky. 2 children muttered an apology to me. "I'm not the one you hurt." I was furious. I was the one, I was the first time I ever remembered being angry. It was the first time I ever remembered being angry. They called out sorry, loud enough for me, the other boy to hear, but then quickly left. I had not made any friends that day, and I was very proud of my anger. It was nice to care. Maybe I wasn't selfish. My mother told me I was. I jumped off the porch and skipped into the house, and I didn't care if anyone liked me. I liked myself. It it was a discovery that planted a seed that took decades to grow. I like that. That was very good because she didn't care about making those friends in the new neighborhood. What she cared about is people treating other people fairly and nicely and kindly, right? Because she knew in her heart the angels are always trying to tell empathetic people, make that person be nice. You be nice. You be nicer. You make another person be nice to another person. Like that's how they get their power of good against dark, light against dark, good against evil, good against bad, winning, okay? Because doing things that the angels would do, right? Doing things that God would do, that Jesus would do, Mother Mary, right? I'm just going to put a little corner down on that. Okay, do we have any other closing questions before we do A, B, or C? Morning, Jessica Dean. Hi, Susan Gallen. Nice to see you too. I just let my karma sort it all out for me. Yes, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. Sometimes it feels all mixed up and sometimes it comes together. 17 in the house, please make sure you put that like button. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not subscribed. Suze is a good calming crystal. Selenite, yes it is. Yes, it certainly is. A lot of times I'll put it right here on my third eye. Okay, I'm going to ask you guys to pick pile A, pile B is pile A, pile B, or pile C. Okay, pile A we're going to do first. This is pile A. This is what did my sassy subs, what does my collective need to know? My Zen zebras, my Namaste ninjas, my merry mermaids, my merry mermen, my unique unicorns, my Bella butterflies. Okay. If you picked A, this is what God wants you to know. Reflect God's compassion. Be kind to each other. That's almost like what I was just saying. Tender-hearted, forgiving one another, just as God, through Christ, has forgiven you. Reflect God's compassion. Okay, so what I got with that one, I'll just give you a sentence for each of them. I saw somebody that went to jail, right? I don't know what the situation was, but somebody in someone's family went to jail. Sorry. Yeah. Okay, I put it out. Sorry. See, he's allergic to he's allergic to this. All these sticks. Gets stuck. Oh, okay, so I see somebody that has a family member in jail, or a friend, or a fiance, a boyfriend, a girlfriend. Somebody's in jail doing time, and you're like, am I supposed to wait for them? Am I supposed to forgive them, or am I supposed to just forget them? Okay. Spirit is saying right now, please don't forget them, because even if they're not blood, they need your help. They need you to write them a letter. You're everything. They're holding on to just everything about you. they want to say they're sorry, but they think that you're not going to forgive them. But they want to talk to you, and you could find it in your heart just to do letters, just to do some letters back and forth. It would mean a lot to them. And that's kind of what this card is saying. Have forgiveness in your heart, just like Jesus and God does. It's not easy. Jesus was stabbed in the back and hoodwinked by so many people over and over again. And he just kept forgiving them. He knew they were going to do it, and he kept doing it. He said, "At the end of this night, you will betray me 3 times, not 1 time, 2 times, 3 times." And he still kissed Jesus. Jesus still hugged him because he still loved him. And he said he forgave him, even though he knew he was going to betray him. Okay? Now, if you picked pile B, pile B is helping others is helping yourself. For the whole world, for the whole law can be summed up in this one command: love your neighbor as yourself. Love your neighbor as yourself. It's when we think we're different from somebody or somebody else is different from us. They're like, "You don't know my life. You don't know what I did." But love your neighbor as yourself. Helping others is helping yourself. Okay? I just heard Marianne. Don't forget about Marianne. Don't forget about Kevin. Don't forget about who else? It's an older person, then you might call them by like Mr. Smith or Mr. Jones, like that. You might call them a Mr., Mr. or Mrs. Okay. They might need a little extra attention. If you picked pile C, we have look at the life from a higher perspective. Look at life from a higher perspective. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you could do. Getting wisdom is the wisest thing you could do. So, there's a situation you're in, right? Those of you that pick C. Situation you're in, you're not getting the right answers. You're not sure what to do one way or another. So they're saying stop. Look at life from a higher perspective. So in other words, if you were to die next month, would you still carry on an argument with somebody that you have an argument with, maybe at work? Would you still not amend a family issue? Or would you give them that phone call or give them a text? Okay. Would you, somebody's not proud of your children's choices. Your children want to change their way, what they're going to go for. They might want to change from like nursing to something totally different, like cosmetology, or they want to do tattoos, or they want to travel the world. And you're like, "I put out all this money, and I've been telling you since you're a little kid, and this is what you do to me." Take it away from that, because it's their life. It is their life. If they're going to mess it up, they're going to mess it up. Give them your blessing. They had the chance to do it your way. They want to do things the opposite. You did it. Don't take it personally. That's all kids. They want to be the opposite of us. Okay? Because they think they're going to do a better job. Okay, so it says getting wisdom is the wisest thing you can do. Get more research in it. Okay. Any other questions? Wear your protection all the time. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to still do my book that has answers in it for me, because even though that might not have made sense to you guys, it made sense to me. I resonated with some of this. The Psychic Detective. And I will see you on the other side of the matrix. Namaste. Be kind to yourself. And then go out and be kind to somebody else, even if they're not kind to you. Even if they talk behind your back. Even if they've stolen something from you. Okay? Just go ahead and be nice to them again. Okay? He's noticing it. Namaste, everybody. Love you.